Tape 2, starting out slow. Road, been skiing behind this boat driver. Might ask for a different one for a while, see what different kind of wakes we can ride if we change up the guiding voice inside our minds and access a different instrument of the collective psyche wheel in our heads. Yeah, it's not your mind and his mind and her mind, it's the mind, it's all the same mind, just having it in different ways at the same time. Best believe the mind knows everything it's experienced through all of time. Where it sits just keeps blocks on it so it can maintain the characters' narratives, the symphonic particulate dance of the instrumentation of the tantric Shakta Shiva working on each other. Ganesha dancing trunk and flame on tip of it and twirling it like a poi spinning. Seem to be not needing to say so much about what it is they're doing. They just know they're supposed to be doing it. Anything that they do, it's because it is, and because it is, it's what they do, and so it is. Not much else to say about it. Apply the wisdom, apply the wisdom, apply the wisdom. Oh, great overguiding force, please grant me recall. You're gonna run it back again. Please grant me recall. Access my memories that I've actually experienced. Please, I keep forgetting the wisdoms that I've already learned and having to learn them again. It's like once they get far enough for my grasp, they just like sand, quick slip through my grip until they're gone in a flash into the dark, down big bottomless depths of the ocean. Oh, gotta go dig deep down to find it, or give time for it to spring back up to get air. Oh yeah. Please help me use what I've learned to teach away in my surroundings, so the contrast is not so great. No, to brazing my skin, my heart, my soul, my solar plexus. Feeling fine, so it's not always just the complaint, like take this pain from me, I need some help and clarity. But tonight it's one of those things, I'm not quite sure what is going on with this experience thing, what it is that I'm carrying that's mine, if there is anything at all I could even claim. Am I just dissolving into others' lives, or is I finding the truth about that I am the empty space between things, the thing where movement happens so that the cloudedness never continually accumulates on the beings that have the life force. Gotta keep it moving or stay oasis is afterlife. And now I am right here in this place. My fleshy vessel is worth investing in, and masterpieces don't happen overnight. No, you gotta walk that road, cobble it brick by brick, until it seems to lay a foundation on which others can walk and dance and chalk paint the sigils again. One more time. Triangulate it. Triangulated gate seems best. Good enough, at least. Don't get too distracted with some other truth that's beautiful and deep and applicable, because there's something on the end of this rope still, this strand, this string that I'm skiing on, which I started with this frequency because it was inspired by the muse in it. So now the music moves me swiftly between these different experiences in my system. I can differentiate the cells again. For some reason this seems to be the place in which I feel free. Feel free to actually do whatever it is that I can and want to. I can scream, but I don't need to. Funny how it is that when I need to, I feel like I can't. And there's really not much in my life that I could call mine that I haven't shared with others. So it's funny that I'm recording this time. I really don't get it. Why my attention is so fastened on other humans when they come into a room. Sometimes I can't even get creativity to spark in my own mind because I want to listen to theirs. What does that mean about what I'm seeing inside of here? Am I not inspired enough? Do I love that much? And it's actually finally becoming a crutch, little bit poisonous, too much medicine. Oh, so afraid of that mean streak, that genius, intelligent editorial thing in my Etzler genes. Yeah, the thing that always seems to have so much potential, but it can't quite grasp what it sees. Too ahead of its time, but I do not want to live in that rhyme because it is painful in the life, or maybe it's just fine. And if that's the case, doesn't matter. I know the words that come through me are timeless. They'll be lived up and revivified when we need them. We can share this big being we are. I don't know why it's so hard for my heart day to day. Oh, but I know it's something. McKenna said culture's nothing to be treated as a friend. It doesn't have any kindness to lend. It's just got distinctions that put us into boxes, separate us from our family till we start thinking that ideas actually mean something that can't separate something basic as humanity. When you live with them in the same environment and you have the same water infiltration. What's in our water, man? I don't like it. Why don't we band together with a couple of friends and get a really nice filtration system and give bottles out to people around the community for free because we're human? I feel great about this one, but I feel called to accept that. Honestly, yet again, so many directions I can't quite choose one. Every time I sit down to do something, there's always something different that I could be probably doing better. So I'm grateful right now that this feels fine, like my life is right here in my skin, and I'm clearly being the sphere of influence for me that I want to be. Feels good. Fleeting though. Man, I'm just so fascinated with the human mind because it seems so easily prone to entanglements and confining statements, little magic spells that it casts on itself to keep it bound down so it doesn't feel around so much about how much is present in the now that's always now, shifting in with the form, presenting the wisdom and changing it just as quickly. Rabbit holes so aplenty, so many things you could be doing at any moment. It's courageous you ever choose at all, even if it wasn't correct. Damn it. Something about being able to do shit actually makes it more difficult at times. Like when a professor says you have a project at the end of the year, but it's on anything, in any format, any length. It's just gotta feel like a final project. What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, it's you, girl, and me, girl. You, girl, and me, girl. Hello, Shakti from my Shiva. Hello, feminine to the masculine quiver of my arrow that sits so still and silent within the bush. It can actually blend in the environment so the deer can't hear it or sniff it. Doesn't know it's right there, poised in an instant to pounce. Panther, fantastic paws of flashing claws, gnashing gnarly teeth and jugular quick. Keep it swift and painless. From that man, it's actually nice. Soft, Buddha-like, from him to the feminine inside. It's me and you, girl, for all time. Just you and I. We, I, me, intertwined. 3, 0, 1. Binary? Cool. Mambo King, Mambo King. Shit. I feel like most of what I use my mind for is watching it. Is that sustainable? Is that intelligent? Oops. Rabbit, hee gonna go faster or wait, busy, maybe I should sit back a bit. It's funny how when you ask for it, it kinda comes, but if you trust it, might not be the form in which you expect to see it coming. Don't flee, lean through the wall, please, sit back and just let it be, let it animate you. Characters can be very real, they can give different perspectives and refractions on the same thing to make it even more clear. Now dear, please gravitate towards the sphere that's pumping out clear, crystalline plasmic air, dripping into nostrils, tickling they hair, and get your DNA's flaring up. And no junk if you re-triangulate the coordinates of what's been placed in it, then you can re-magnify it back to the present. Access any time, space you want to. If you know your family and trust your heart, you can speak to any part of it. Sit energy in a meditation to a shaman needing it to finish up a healing for a group one time. His eye seemed to give back to me a reply that said, noted, I cannot quite express it right now, cause I'm busy, but I'll send it back in some way. It will not be forgotten. True story. Number 2. One time in Nashville doing energy work, talking to the psyche with a buddy on his back deck. Yeah, he started talking out loud to something, some aspect, saying, why do you wanna hurt me? And I felt intuitively like I needed to go down deep in the earth where it's dark. Sat down there, breathed with the black serpent and the mother, yeah, Kali. And I sat, had some tea, heard that guy out that was so violent. And for a second my buddy turned to me and he said, "Hey Jesse, is that you down in the center in the earth? That's good, we need depth like that. Can you send some back up to the sky? We need some solar counterbalance. I'll leave it up to your imagination cues." And all of a sudden I saw a man on a sand dune sitting, hood up, thick hair and beard, sand all in there, crow's feet, eyes so deep, twinkling like Sirius or Lapis Lazuli. Let me run that back quick. Little choppy in it, but right back to the same spot, man, in the desert. Called out to him and said, "I've seen you before and I don't quite know who you are, but I know apparently we have a connection because you keep popping up in my present. And so I trust that you're real cause you feel like you're a being that really had something to tell." And so I said, "Hey, I'm not sure what we're doing, but I know it's probably powerful and healing. I can feel the earth on board cause I'm with her here in my cord till my body is clear. Now, can you rock with us to the sun and give us some of that solar medicine, that raw flame that you know so well? Cause I kinda just have a feeling that you do." Oh shit. And then all of a sudden we flash into a room, like a cave or a den, a little something. And there were candles around and he walked in a circle. Something was down on the floor, yo. He either had some sense or an instrument, or he made sounds with his lips. He was chanting and singing and doing something, maybe sprinkling or throwing offerings down. And I don't quite know, but he seemed to be really radiant, and I felt the sun in it. Yeah, and then we sent that hateful thing that was either in Bernie or in the environment or in me or anywhere within the present or anytime. See, we sent it up into space to be given back to where it needed to be at sea. We had the feeling it was some type of energy or thought form or frequency that actually isn't necessarily terrestrial at source or origin, more like has coordinates that it can follow in a lock and key mechanism with the things that we do here, see. And it got stuck into the human condition somehow for a while, until it was seen as different and talked to as a person, actually heard and conversed with. Oh yeah, and I knew that destroying it wasn't the thing that it needed. It was valuable and just we needed to break up, cause neither of us were getting anything symbiotic from it anymore. Nah. So I called out to the stars, y'all, and we sent that fucker up high. And I felt a big celebration, like the old videos we saw of all the Titanic-like boats going across the Atlantic when they would show up, all the frantic celebration, families reunion, confetti in the air, big and a woo, and all that, ooh man, sounds, ooh shit, I can feel it in the upper atmosphere, out in the cosmic sphere, big reunion of families, and that thing that we talked to there, that pattern in us that we didn't really need, it went up, and it found them, and they took them back to where they have some place where they can be loved. Okay, we'll trust it. Two stories I didn't intend to share necessarily, but there they be. Said that at 1919. It rhymes, see, it's also my birthday, kinda, in that it's the 19th of December, coming up. Sagittarius time and Capricorn is doing some stuff, and I always feel this shit like a couple of weeks before it actually takes place. And tonight, man, that confusion and anger, but that tenacity that I've been burying down for a while and trying to cover over because it can be mean if I don't temper it, that stuff flared up, and it just felt like a fiery soldier and a shaman combating each other. Something with purpose, wanting to do something. Also a simple person who really is pleased and can make powerful, deep, cosmic moments out of anything. I don't need a lot to do it. I just can't seem to sometimes locate myself in a room. I just locate myself as the room. Difficult. Kind of like a wallflower, but again, like a pupil. Black hole sucking in, oh, feeling that central point where we all converge. Super or supra. Didn't have a great English background, so I didn't learn all those little root sounds like that. What they mean, what that sound is, what it can mean. Ooh, robot nude sound coming on 2017 Android people. Is technology alive? Is it a natural extension of an organic terrestrial evolution? Or is it another organism like terrestrial goddesses, but like an electric serpent that comes in rainbow and then flows through this grid work that we make like spiders to contain it? Oh, don't have an answer to that. But I know the music's alive. And because of my time, there's sounds in the music that I've never heard on the earth before. If I can say that with any confidence, as in a being that's been here for more lifetimes, then may I make that statement. And if not, I can say it at least with my life on the table. You don't hear that in the nature, damn, nah man. Some insects and frogs and amphibians, they be sounding electric. But some of this technic shit and these sounds that we've heard from space and recorded now and made with different instruments and electronics, it gives a whole new canvas and spectrum to expression on a sonic level, which is the basic fundamental building block of the matter. It's the sound that holds it together. Cymatics, cyther! And we're all fucking reference pervs and nerds, man. 2017, 2018, time of the reference. Of course, we're getting back to looking into our memory again. Huh. Oh, Midnight Story. Okay. Man, that one got my head spinning. Shit. Oh man, these words are being so weird and finicky tonight. Yes. A lot of bridges we can go down on, and it's like one switch. I'm just asking for variations so I can like prove to myself I can do it. Maybe that's why it doesn't happen sometimes, because we're trying to prove it to ourselves, even though we don't need to. And maybe if we just relax, we could actually do the stuff that we want, but maybe we can't relax because we want to do it so much. And what is the difference between not being ready yet and not letting yourself kick your ass through that boundary line? Is there a difference until you just choose to do it? And anyway, this human thing is insane. what a ride. Oh man, oh man. Just going with it, knowing mama's got me. The mama's got us. The mama's got us. Yeah, she got us. She got us. You've all had gloomy days. I know I have. And we will again. The curious thing to me is that I seem to be so easily able to focus on the gloomy days, but yet I forget the wisdoms that I've actually experienced and learned. Bizarre, man. Bizarre. Really do start to feel sometimes like there must be something in the air or the food or the water, something that's scrambling us up. All the people, the Wi-Fi, the metals, the chemicals in the food. And really you can broadcast your thoughts into someone else.